You could have anything you want in life, but most people don't get what they want because they never ask for it. This applies to relationships, money, recognition, and pretty much anything else that you could ever want in life. I know it sounds simple, but the truth is that most people are afraid to ask for what they want. They're afraid of rejection, embarrassment, or conflict. But the reality is that if you never ask for what you want, you'll never get it. So it's important to learn how to ask for what you want in a way that increases your chances of getting it. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. We'll explore the psychology of asking, discuss the common mistakes that people make when asking for what they want, and teach you how to ask in a way that gets results. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the best way to ask for what you want, so that you can finally start getting the things that you deserve. So let's get started. Asking for what you want can be difficult, but it's an important skill to learn if you want to get what you want in life. Whether it's asking for a raise at work, asking someone out on a date, or simply asking for help. Knowing how to ask for what you want can make all the difference. Here's a look at the best way to ask for what you want. The first step to asking for what you want is to clarify what it is that you actually want. It's easy to assume that you know what you want, but it's important to take the time to really clarify your desires. What specifically do you want? Why do you want it? And what would having it do for you? Once you have a clear understanding of what you want, you'll be able to articulate it more effectively when you ask for it. Once you know what you want, it's time to decide who you're going to ask for it. If it's something material, like a raise or a new car, then you'll need to identify the person or people who can make it happen. This may involve doing some research or networking to figure out who the right people are to approach. On the other hand, if it's something more intangible, like more recognition at work or a promotion, then you'll need to think about what steps you need to take to make it happen. For example, do you need to improve your skills? Do you need to build relationships with key people in your company? Or do you need to make a case for why you deserve the recognition or promotion you're seeking? Once you know what you need to do, you can start thinking about who can help you get there. This may include mentors, friends, family members, or colleagues. Identifying the right people to ask for help can make all the difference in achieving your goals. When asking for help, it's important to be strategic and thoughtful in your approach. By taking the time to identify the right people to ask for assistance, you can increase your chances of success and make your dreams a reality. The next step to asking for what you want is to prepare for your request. This means thinking about how you will ask for what you want and practicing what you will say. It's also important to anticipate potential objections or concerns and prepare accordingly. For example, if you're asking for a raise, be prepared to discuss your accomplishments and the value you bring to the company. If you're asking someone out on a date, be prepared to talk about your interests and what you're looking for in a relationship. By preparing for your request, you'll be more confident and better equipped to handle any challenges that come your way. When asking for what you want, it's important to be confident and assertive. This means clearly stating your request and standing firm in your belief that you deserve what you're asking for. However, it's also important to be respectful and considerate of the other person's perspective. This means being open to compromise and being willing to negotiate. It's also important to be aware of your body language and tone of voice, as these can make a big difference in how your request is received. By being confident, assertive, and respectful, you'll increase your chances of getting what you want while maintaining positive relationships. Once you've made your request, it's important to listen carefully to the other person's response. They may agree to your request, they may need time to consider it, or they may say no. No matter what their response is, it's important to be gracious and appreciative. If they agree to your request, express your gratitude and let them know how much you appreciate their willingness to help. If they need time to consider it, let them know that you understand and give them the time they need to make a decision. And if they say no, thank them for their time and consideration, and ask if there's anything you can do to change their mind. No matter what the outcome is, it's important to remember that every experience is an opportunity for growth and learning. By staying positive and open-minded, you'll be able to make the most of every situation. It is important to note that sometimes, even if you follow all the steps to asking for what you want, you may not get the answer you were hoping for. This doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It just means that sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to. In these situations, it's important to accept the outcome with grace and move forward. It can be difficult to accept disappointment, but it's an important skill to learn if you want to be successful in life. By developing a positive attitude and a willingness to learn from setbacks, you can bounce back from disappointment and keep moving towards your goals. If you've followed these steps to ask for what you want, but you still don't get the answer you were hoping for, it's important to be gracious in your response. Thank the person for their time and consideration, and ask if there is anything you can do to change their mind. If the answer is no, then accept it gracefully and move on. It can be difficult to accept disappointment, but it's an important skill to learn if you want to be successful in life. By developing a positive attitude and a willingness to learn from setbacks, you can bounce back from disappointment and keep moving towards your goals. In conclusion, asking for what you want is an important skill to learn if you want to be successful in life. Whether you're asking for a raise at work, asking someone out on a date, or simply asking for help, knowing how to ask for what you want can make all the difference. By following the steps outlined in this video, you'll be better equipped to ask for what you want with confidence and grace. Remember, don't be afraid to ask for what you want. The worst thing that can happen is that they say no, and then you can move on. But the best thing that can happen is that you get what you want and you have nothing to lose by asking. I hope this video has been helpful. If you found it valuable, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to bring you more videos that will help you grow and succeed. Thanks for watching. Now, let's see how good you were paying attention. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Now, if you said it's important to be confident and assertive, then you would be wrong. Being confident and assertive is very important when asking for what you want. Now, let's check your emotional intelligence. Can you guess what emotion might be associated with the phrase, "They may say no, so don't ask"? That's right. The emotion associated with this phrase is fear. Now, let's see if you paid attention to the last part of the video, fear of rejection or embarrassment. If you selected this option, you win a prize. But seriously, kudos to you for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your commitment. I always respond and we can continue this conversation. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Now, if you'd like to continue improving your emotional intelligence, just hit the like button and leave me a comment below.